Tia Mowry, I have always been honest with my fans, and today is no different. I wanted to share that Corey and I have decided to go our separate ways. These decisions are never easy, and not without sadness. We may we will maintain a friendship as we co-parent our beautiful children. I am grateful for all the happy times we had together and want to thank my friends, families, and fans for your love and support as we start this new chapter moving forward in our lives. Tia Mowry.
I wonder what happens if I put this and this together.
Bitch, I'm G to the L to the O, beat glow. You can catch me.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch on my body, I get what I want. Like you thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch on my body, I get what I want. Like
You're falling in love with yourself. I know you hate to admit it. There's a lot of other people you could be falling in love with, but you're choosing you.
Tia Mowry. Hi, my name is Tia Deshawn Mowry. My sign is Cancer and I love to dance. Can you tell? All right, I want you to take a real good look at this woman, the Mowry twin, the one that was married to a brother, but, filed divorce papers for no reason, you know. Well, it's personal shit, but they made a public announcement, so I feel like it's fair game to talk about it. And shit, a lot of people talked about it already. I'm making this because I want to address Miss Sandra's hypergamous hypocrisy, right? I want to address that. And before I do that, for most of my audience is men. I know some women out there too. Feel free to comment. Uh, I want you to take a real good look at her. And, just take a good look at her in these clips I've assembled. And I want you to forget that she's a B or C list celebrity, C list without her twin. I want you to forget that she's well off, all right? I want you to forget about all that shit and all that nonsense in her history, all right? And especially forget she has the twin, all right? I want you to take a real good look at this female and tell me if you down. If you down the F and shit with this funny, weird built, female. I know she has some kids and everything, but she was always kind of weird. They look like a humanoid bird, both of them. But I'm just talking about the one today. I don't care about the other one. I'm just talking about this like weird, funny built chick. She done had two kids and everything. They had two kids. So yeah, some alterations. Her midsection has become like the consistency and shape of a domino. She has a rectangular midsection, a turkey neck, a weird narrowed head with bird-like features, overly long arms and legs. All right, and she's doing these little dances and making TikToks, with lingerie on and advertising her name, her sign, and everything, and the whole bullshit. She could have just as easily got on Tinder or used a service. They have a service where you can meet people. You don't have to go public with the shit, but she wants to be performative and she doesn't take into consideration her children or her husband and shit. And she discovers her new self with the, I hate, I'm starting to get really tired of women with this, talking about it as like new age bullshit when they're doing the same old shit they always been doing. And I said, fuck it, right? Just think if the roles were reversed, okay? I'm angry. I'm making this goddamn video because I have to say, look at if the roles were reversed. This is the same thing black people do when white people fuck with them every goddamn day. All right. We always say, well, if that person was this color, I don't like saying that. But for this, I'll say, what if the genders were reversed? And this guy just filed, he filed for divorce for no apparent reason, leave her with two children to take care of. I know they co-parenting and everything. And imagine that, soon, there's not even a mourning period. It's like within 90 days, within a month, she's posting, videos like kind of advertising her wares out there that she wants to go to Pound Town. That she wants to get out there, she wants to get off the bench and shit, be with some other guys. I understand that, I take issue with the fact that they made a public statement about it. Like someone gave a shit who, what's her name? Something Maori? Tia Maori, I guess. I might be wrong. Just forgive me for that, please. Yeah, no one was gonna be fucking with following her around. TMZ, I don't see her on TMZ or nothing. I see her sister on there because her husband says retarded shit, but not her. No one cares. She married a black guy, so she became invisible, marrying a brother, and she was a C-list celebrity by herself. No one gives a shit. Okay, like I'm expecting any day now for her to join the OnlyFans community. It just looks really desperate and like it's like look at me, Pac-Man kind of energy, you know, from that movie Colors, for the reference. And I think it's shitty. Like there's no such thing. Marriage is such a fucking lemon today. It's a lemon. It's like a bad American car and shit. It's like the American car that car to Edsel. That's current modern day marriage and shit. There's nothing in it for a man. Right? Nothing in it. Women have everything to gain from it and shit. And I'm not gonna take no fucking gaslighting on this goddamn episode. There ain't gonna be no fucking gaslighting. Ain't gonna be nobody coming in my comment section saying, well, men, this and that. No. In our community, you don't see many black men demanding that their wives serve them and shit. Like they're the king of, Siam or some shit, I don't see many people doing that. The only time I see black women kowtowing and serving their men is in secular religious marriages, like the Muslim faith. And like I don't even know what the shit is, like the sanctified people, I guess. The super religious people, like they call them, they say they're sanctified. That's what he's calling when I was a kid. I used to know this lady at work. She dressed real dowdy and fucked up. And she was like friendly. But then I saw her husband. He looked like Urkel. And she like an evil Urkel with a 5 o'clock shadow. And when she saw him, she would tense up and shit. And she had about 4 or 5 kids with this guy. He was a straight up nerd. And it was all religion based. So she was just like deferring to him and everything. It was kind of uncomfortable for me at the time. Nowadays in 2022, I wouldn't bat an eye at that shit. I'd be like, well, she made a choice. All right. That's the shit that like black women be sitting up on the social media always talking about somebody trying to oppress them by making them clean and cook and take care of their own motherfucking children that came out their disease busted ass pea sleeve. They don't want to do none of that shit. But I saw this female doing it. And then I think, I come here forward into the tail end of 2022 and I'm looking at one of the Maori twins acting like an asshole and then getting all this fucking support from sisters and shit. And so one of the reasons I gave you making these goddamn videos, because some of the supposed good women and shit, they look the other way. It's like Chinatown down here in the fucking black community and shit with this egregious behavior. You guys can't course correct. So somebody got to thump you on your fucking head. Okay? Somebody got to thump your ass, okay? Somebody got to come in your shit with a battering ram and say, you ain't shit. All right? Try to moderate my tone and shit. I made a video a little while ago. I was kind of just, I went off the rails. I don't know if I'm going to post that. I might post it. If you hear me screaming on the video, that's the video. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, this brother, he married her in good faith. They had children. They did everything, the way you're supposed to. They courted and shit. They got married. They had these beautiful children and shit. And then she decided somewhere down the line she's going to pull the plug because she want to get some peen, man. And then she made a public affair. They're both of the idiots, because he's an idiot too and shit. He's kind of like a woke idiot and shit. I hate to use that term as well, because a lot of racist people use that to like low key take swipes at black people and shit. I'm just gonna overlook that for right now and shit. When I do videos about that, nobody shows up. It's a fucking empty church. Yeah, he put all this. He give her the best years of his life and shit. Give her two beautiful children. He has his own money. She has her own money. No, she's a millionaire. I think he might have 1 million or something. Without her, money added to it. And I'm like, well, what's the deal? He's not an ugly guy. It's like a light skinned black guy. He got the nice haircut and everything. Clean cut. You can take him home and meet your parents and all that bullshit. I don't know what to say. I addressed this in another video while I was railing on some shit. It's embedded in another video. I don't feel like going there. But I said that since she want to be a thought now, I think that the brothers should fuck her shit up, Like if they got that, they still on the same phone plan or something. He should just see her, like what she's doing and then just, like pop up with the kids, like while she's on a date. Oh, hey, honey, say hello to mommy, like while she's over there, talking to some Chad or something, Pookie, a high class Pookie, I guess. I don't know what kind of guy she rates because she doesn't, for me personally, she ain't it. Okay, she got a big fucking boxy midsection. Okay, that includes her torso and her pelvis. Okay, then there's some little scrawny looking legs coming out of that, like overly long legs, and long overly like alien arms, and which looks kind of like an alien and shit, like that motherfucker from that old movie Close Encounters, the one big one that came out at the end. That's that bitch. If they put a weave on that shit and spray paint that shit brown, it'd be this Maori twin, right? Not even tripping on her because she had no kids and shit, but like she's like doing these little stupid ass dances. She's like a dork. It's like a dork. I'm like, what guy's gonna? I want to see the guy that's gonna, fuck her, the first guy she fucks after her husband, so I can laugh my ass off. It's kind of like the whole, 80s black guys go to white clubs to watch white people dance and laugh. It's that same kind of energy and shit. I want to see the dude that's gonna, cause like she looks fucked up. Even when she turned around and says no ass there. I know I'm being crass, but she was crass. Like she dissolved the relationship, the marriage. She shitted on the marriage. And I'm like, whatever, that's your personal business. Why make it public? They put out a prepared statement like somebody gave a shit. Like they were the Clintons or something, or the Obamas. No, you're a C-list celebrity without your sister. With your sister, you're barely rate a B. And you're a B, you're a bitch. Okay? To do this to your husband and embarrass and emasculate him and shit when he's trying to raise your children. Okay? With or without your fucking help. And I think he should get money. I think he should like get money all the time from her. Even when she want the kids, he should be like, hey, oh, I want to see the kids. Like, okay, cool. Just cash at me some gas money and I'll drive the motherfuckers over. You could send an Uber over. You could drive over and get them yourself. Yeah, come get these kids. I'm finna get some pussy with my alimony. I'm gonna call me a badass escort and shit. I don't know where. I'll send you a picture. You can post that on Instagram too. Like, look what he's doing. Like, he's already gonna be. He's damned if he do, damned if he don't. They already got women trying to figure out some kind of way to blame him for the dissolution of the marriage. No, she wanted to be a hoe. She's tired of the good boy. She wants to get like one of these, tatted up rapper dudes who like sexually suspect and all that bullshit. And she don't know. She think the grass is green on the other side. Let her find out. I want some guys to take her to Pound Town. I just would like to know the identity of the first motherfucker that runs up in her so I can laugh at him and shit. Like I laughed at the motherfucking, I forget, that disaster guy, the battle rapper that after Megan Good. No, we'll never know who she was. I think she was just cheating on that dude the whole fucking marriage. That's just my opinion. Not stating it as fact and shit, okay? Metaphorically speaking, now you keep my bases covered. Everybody's so fucking sensitive nowadays. And, I already, tiptoed up to the door being canceled and shit a couple of times if nobody noticed. And I ain't going there right now. I'm going to chill out. I was going to make some, I guess I got to trash some black women for like 5 or 6 videos. Then go back to some real work, putting in the work, some hard-hitting shit, So, I guess Tia Murray's going to, it's her turn now. She gets to come off the bench because I need to get this shit off my hard drive. I got these pictures of her monkey, her weird-looking ass dancing around. She is a weird-looking motherfucker. I can't imagine myself having sex with her or nothing, I'm sorry to be so candid and share too much. I know it's TMI, but I'm just saying, when you see this kind of shit, it's like a celebrity. It's a young female relatively young female. She's middle-aged, and she has 2 kids, so she's a baby's mama now. She got out of her fucking marriage to become a baby's mama, a divorcee and shit. You know, she's past the fucking wall. If you look at her body, she got nothing to offer. Yeah, you could put on some lingerie on that shit and everything. Yeah, you could put lingerie on it. She could put on her war paint, get dolled up, professional, get the airbrush out and airbrush her fucking self a face, an alluring face. But when them clothes come off, it's still an alien. It's still like, the E.T.'s bald head stepchild and shit, Fuck. Well, I make these videos, like for young guys to listen to, or guys in general that need the shit. All right, this is what I'm calling, the falling value of the P sleeve and shit. If that stock market on that shit is crashing. That shit crashing like some of them bitcoins and shit. That shit is going in the red. Like, what is a woman's virtue really worth these days and shit? By the time you get it, most of the time you ain't marrying no virgin and shit. And that's not a prerequisite and shit. I'm not a sexist like that. I know people, have relationships and everything, but they put so much weight on everything we do and how we move and shit and try to restrict us and try to muffle our voices and shit. So I feel the need to make my content. All right. And today, this bitch is getting it, man. She's on the back of that. She's tied to the back of the fucking horse. And I hit that shit with a broom and that shit taking off into the sunset. Now, I would, like, show some more sympathy towards her husband, but, he's a simp. He been kind of like, oh, please don't divorce me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, come on, dude. Come on, just fuck. You're a disgrace. At this point, you're a male. M-A-L-E. You can't call you man, you're a male. And I saw a picture of him with a t-shirt on talking about, some voting and shit. And I'm like, really? And you're supposed to be a black person, but he works in Hollywood. Like, it's only so far it could go. And I know that the only way he got in that door was to get on his hands and knees in that goddamn, in the back room with certain kind of people, who I ain't talking about. I used to live on the West Coast. Now, that's alleged. I ain't saying no names of no ethnic groups and shit, okay? I didn't say no names. But I lived over, like, damn near 30 years on the West Coast in Hollywood. And I know this chick is busted and shit, She's like the kind of chick you see at the club and, like, she's okay, but then, like, when it's getting ready to close, it's getting towards that, 2 a.m., close up time, everybody's peering off, she starts getting real worried, looking around and shit. But by that time that happens, she's already latched onto some schmuck and shit. And unluckily for him, he's going to get to go have starfish sex with her at either her house with the kids obviously in the room, probably still up playing and shit because she wasn't parenting them. Or they're going to go to some, like a motel, not a hotel. She doesn't rank up. That body is a motel body. That's not a hotel body. Okay? And Drake's not going to be in her DMs. So she don't have nothing to worry about. She don't have to, like, worry about no hot sauce or nothing. Anyway, guess I had to wrap this up. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the overt, and I do mean overt hypocrisy of sisters over here, okay? When I say black women and shit, I don't know. If I say black women, then I have to do that whole disclaimer thing. Not all, just some black women's is bad and shit. I'm like, no. And you know who you are. Do I have to do a fucking disclaimer? If you know you an asshole, then you know I'm talking to you. If you ain't no asshole, then I ain't talking to you or shit. All right? Ain't nobody fucking talking to you. But a lot of you motherfuckers I drag because you look the other way with bullshit like this. And that's why it's overrun our communities and shit. Now the standard is a fucking stripper, okay? The stripper is the girl next door now. And that's because a lot of you look the other fucking way. Or you secretly wished you could do it. And then you will do it when you meet a simp who loves you enough to trust you and put a ring on it. And then you're going to punish him later just like this bitch punished her husband and shit. For being loyal. For doing the right thing and shit. For giving her two beautiful children that he's obviously co-parenting competently. This is his reward for his loyalty.